Welcome to the deep dive. We take those dense strategy docs, those complex architectural plans you send us, and well, we boil them down to what really counts. Today, we're jumping into the fast lane B2B sales. The sources you share describe this next-gen AI-powered CRM promises big things for sales teams, but here's the catch. It's not cheap. We're looking at a pretty serious enterprise price, $2,500 a month. So our mission today, figure out the math. Does it actually make sense? Can you justify that cost? And maybe more importantly, what's the core technical process that actually delivers the value?
Right. And it's interesting that high price really sets a high bar, doesn't it? The value can't just be a list of features. It has to come from something more fundamental. The sources argue it's the compounding effect. Everyone using one smart shared database in real time. Traditional CRMs, with all the manual updates and delays, they just can't do that. This system, if it works like they say, creates this self-improving loop.
Okay, let's start with the numbers then. The justification. You need that for the budget meeting, right? So the sources use this scenario. Growth stage SaaS Inc. Sound familiar?
Oh yeah, absolutely classic B2B setup. You've got one sales leader, let's call her Alex, and three sales reps, Ben, Carla, David. They're selling a B2B SaaS product. Average deal, $15,000. And their big pain point right now, spreadsheets, slow comms, endless manual data entry, you know the drill. It just kills productivity.
And they're very specific about time value in the justification. Leader Alex at $75 an hour, reps at $50, based on what, 21 working days a month?
Exactly. Those assumptions are key for the ROI calculation.
Before we get into the weeds of the calculation, let's just frame that $2,500 cost.
Good point. Thinking big picture, the math just needs to show this thing helps the team close one extra $15 deal every 6 months. That's all it takes to break even.
Okay, that seems pretty achievable.
Right. It's a low bar. But the system's designed to hit 3 different value streams, and they should clear that bar easily.
Okay, stream number 1, efficiency gain. Basically, value from time saved. This should be straightforward. AI doing the grunt work.
Exactly. Automating data entry, summarizing call transcripts, prepping notes, all that stuff. So if each of the 3 reps saves, say, just 1.5 hours a day from that admin slog, that alone works out to $4,725 a month saved just in their time. You can measure that directly.
Okay, nearly $5,000 just from the reps. What about the leader, Alex?
She gets time back too.
Yeah.
Stops building reports manually, stops chasing people for updates.
Yeah.
The AI dashboard keeps everything current. So if she saves, let's say, 2 hours a day, that's another $3,150 a month.
Right. So add those up. What is that?
Total efficiency gain comes out to $7,875 a month.
Wow. Okay, so just the time savings alone is already, what, triple the subscription cost?
Yep, triple the investment right off the bat.
But time savings are one thing. That doesn't directly translate to more deals closed, does it? Where's the revenue multiplier?
That's stream 2, volume gain. Value from increased activity. Because that hour and a half the reps get back, that's selling time.
Ah, okay. So they're not just saving costs, they're redeploying time.
Precisely. If they use that time to make, say, 5 extra calls each every day.
That adds up quickly across 3 reps.
It really does. The projection in the source material, and it's conservative, is that this leads to about $30,000 a month in new revenue. That's assuming just 2 extra deals close per month for the whole team, purely from doing more.
Okay, 2 extra deals for more calls. Makes sense. Then there's a third stream. Quality gain.
Yeah, value from increased effectiveness. This is where the AI features really come, and the coaching, the challenger sale prep, those real-time checklists during calls.
The sources make a pretty bold claim here, though. They talk about boosting the close rate.
They do. They estimate the close rate improves from 5% to 6%.
Hang on, just a 1% absolute jump from 5 to 6, but that's a 20% relative improvement. That sounds ambitious. Just from AI coaching.
It does sound ambitious, I agree. But the justification isn't about magic AI finding better leads. It's about consistency. It's ensuring every rep on every key call actually uses the best practices, like the challenger methodology the AI pushes.
Okay, so the AI acts like a persistent coach, making sure the strategy is actually followed.
Exactly. It enforces the playbook. And that consistency, they argue, is what generates that 1 extra deal per month purely from better execution.
1 extra deal from quality. At 15 tower average size, that's another $15,000 a month.
Correct. Separate from the volume gain.
So let's tally that up. $7,875 from efficiency, $30,000 from volume, $15,000 from quality. That's $52,875 in total monthly value.
That's the number. $52,875 generated per month.
Then subtract the $2,500 cost, leaves a net ROI of $50,375.
$50,000 net return per month. It's a massive 21-to-1 return on investment.
Okay, the math definitely works on paper. If those assumptions hold, it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. You'd struggle to find reasons not to invest with leverage like that.
But, spreadsheets can look good. The sources talk about something beyond the math, this unquantifiable team multiplier, the magic, they call it.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. It's about speed, that real-time collaborative feedback loop, turning strategy into action, like instantly.
They use an example, right? Acme Corp.
Yeah, let's walk through that. It shows the speed difference really clearly. Okay, it's 10:00 a.m. Alex, the sales leader, gets some critical insight, maybe an investor tip-off. She just opens the AI interface Claude
Yep.
and updates the live record in the shared database, puts in source, investor referral, insight. They just lost their main supplier. Boom, it's in the system.
Okay, one update, 10:01 a.m. What happens next?
The AI sees this. High-value source, critical insight about supplier risk. It immediately reprioritizes Acme Corp, shoots it right to the #1 spot in Rep Ben's call queue.
Just like that.
Instantly. And at the same time, Claude, the AI, auto-generates a new challenger question for Ben, specifically about supplier risk.
So the system isn't just storing data, it's actively processing and prioritizing.
Exactly. 10:02 a.m. Ben hits refresh on his web page, sees Acme Corp is now at the top, maybe with a little fire emoji or old leader update flag. He clicks into it, sees Alex's insight, sees the new AI suggested question. He's ready.
10:03 a.m. Ben clicks the call button. He's on the phone, armed with super fresh strategic info.
The whole thing from Alex getting the insight to Ben making the call took 3 minutes.
3 minutes compared to what? The old way.
Oh, easily 24 hours.
Oh.
Alex sends an email or a Slack message. Ben has to see it, manually update his spreadsheet, maybe find the lead, prep the call.
That delay is where deals get lost, right? Competitors move faster.
Precisely. That 3-minute turnaround, that's the core value proposition justifying the price tag. It's about agility.
Okay, that speed is compelling. So if that tight loop is the goal, what's the absolute minimum viable, or they call it lovable, workflow, the MLW?
Right. The minimum lovable workflow. They break it into 3 phases designed for zero friction.
Phase 1. Sounds like setup.
Yep. Phase 1, the 5-minute ignition.
Yeah.
User pays. The system guides them to connect their Supabase account, which is free, important point.
Free database, okay.
Then they literally copy one command from the website, paste it into the Claude AI interface. That command installs the core tool, connects everything securely. Done. 5 minutes, maybe less.
Super simple setup.
Yeah.
Then phase 2, the magic trick.
Phase 2, the first 60 seconds. This is about instant gratification, building trust immediately. The user takes some messy notes, maybe from a quick chat, totally unstructured, pastes it into Claude. Claude instantly gives back a structured summary, confirms it, inserted the data into the database, and says, okay, this lead is now top of your call queue.
And the user can check.
Yep. Refresh the CRM web page, and bam, there it is. Proof. Instant wow moment.
Okay, I see how that builds confidence, which leads to phase 3, daily use.
Phase 3, the core loop. This is how they become a power user, the day-to-day cycle. Select the top lead from the queue. The main screen, the canvas, populates instantly.
What's on the canvas?
Key stuff. A clickable phone number link, the AI-generated challenger checklist for that specific lead, and these things called belief sliders.
Hold on, belief sliders, what are those?
They're visual cues. Based on the data, the AI estimates how convinced the lead is on key points, helping the rep gauge where they are in the sale, like a readiness meter.
Got it. And the challenger checklist is the list of questions the AI suggested.
Right. Tailored questions to challenge the lead's thinking. So, the rep preps using that canvas. There's an optional step 2. Hit the AI practice call button. Lets them do a dry run against an AI persona for coaching.
Nice. But for the real call.
Click 2, call lead. It's just a simple tell link that uses their phone system. Then they use the web page, the canvas, as their co-pilot during the conversation. Checking off questions, glancing at the sliders.
Okay, makes sense. And after the call. This seems important based on the note.
Critically important. The key insight is that the main AI processing happens after the call. It's asynchronous.
Asynchronous, meaning not live during the call.
Exactly. The rep hangs up, then pastes the call transcript if they have one, or just detailed notes into Claude. They ask Claude to summarize it, update the lead record in the database with new facts, and crucially suggest the next best action or strategy.
Ah, so the heavy lifting AI work analysis summary, next steps, happens after the conversation, not during.
Precisely. And that's actually a brilliant design choice.
What brilliant. Wouldn't real-time analysis be better?
You'd think so,
Mhm.
but real-time transcription and analysis during a call is incredibly complex. Engineering nightmare, prone to errors, latency issues. It's version 3 complexity. By focusing the AI power on the post-call summary and next steps, they deliver massive strategic value without getting bogged down in that real-time mess. It keeps the product maintainable and secure.
That makes a lot of sense. Focus on the highest leverage point without unnecessary tech debt. Which brings us neatly to the architecture. How do you build this thing to be secure and clean, especially if users are connecting their own database keys?
Yeah, security and maintainability are paramount.
Hmm.
The architecture has two main parts: clear separation. First, the backend, the secure engine. This is where all the actual business logic lives. It's the only thing allowed to touch the database.
And the keys? The user's database keys?
Critical point. There's a specific API endpoint, like save credentials. When the user first provides their Supabase key, the backend encrypts it immediately. Only the encrypted version is stored. The raw key is never saved persistently.
Okay, encrypted at rest. Good. And all the AI interaction.
Goes through one single controlled gateway, a unified endpoint, something like a pinvoke. All the logic for talking to Claude, updating the database, running rules, it's all inside that secure backend function.
Centralized control. Got it. What's the second component?
The command center, the dumb web GUI, the user interface in the browser.
Why dumb?
Because it doesn't have any real intelligence or direct access. Crucially, the front-end code never, ever touches a database key, not even the encrypted one.
So how does it show the data, like the call queue?
It just asks the backend politely. It makes simple GATE requests like, hey backend, send me the current call queue. GATE epic call queue. The backend fetches the data and sends it back for display.
And when the user does something, like check a box on the challenger list.
It sends a very specific event-driven request back to that secure endpoint, invoke, like user checked box #3 for lead XYZ. The backend handles the logic. This makes the front end super fast, responsive, and simple to update because all the complex stuff, all the security, is handled consistently in one place, the back end.
Clean separation of concerns makes perfect sense for security and maintenance. Okay, so let's wrap this up. We've covered a lot. Two key takeaways seem to stand out. First, that impressive 21-to-1 ROI isn't magic. It's the calculated result of combining efficiency gains, increased activity volume, and improved effectiveness from the AI. The $2,500 makes sense if the components deliver.
Exactly. It's the synergy of those three streams.
Second, the core value and the clean architecture come from not trying to do everything in real time. Focusing the AI on asynchronous post-call strategic processing is actually the smarter, more maintainable path.
That's the key technical insight, yeah. Avoid the version 3 complexity until you nail the core loop. And maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. If the real power here is shrinking a process from a 24-hour delay down to a 3-minute loop, how many other critical processes in your work, in your organization, are stuck in that slow lane?
Yeah.
Where are things delayed by hours or days just because they rely on email chains or Slack messages instead of a shared intelligent data hub? What parts of your workflow could potentially become a 3-minute update instead of a day-long wait?
A challenging question. Where are those hidden time delays costing you? Definitely something to consider. Thanks for walking us through these sources. It's been a fascinating deep dive.